Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failure. In our last video, we completed Van Heist, and we're going to pick up right where we left off. But the save file you're looking at here is 6 hours later than the previous save file. So I did some organizing of my save files off video, so that's the reason for the difference, but it's exactly the same save file as before. So in this cutscene, we meet Tony Cipriani, who's essentially the second in command in the mafia here in Portland. He's got some fancy name, the Capo Regime, I think. So basically just below the Don, Salvatore Leone. Joey Leone, the son, has introduced us to Tony Cipriani, and we're going to take him over to Chinatown with no fancy crap. All right, so I'll just point out that in the last video, because we completed Van Heist, we unlocked the red phone missions over in Hepburn Heights. So we do have two mission givers available to us at this moment, Joey and El Burro in Hepburn Heights. And at the end of this mission, we will add a third mission giver, and that's this guy who's in the car, Tony Cipriani. And in fact, if we hadn't done the last two Luigi missions, which were not required to advance the story or unlock anything else, then we would have four mission givers available to us at the end of this mission, which is pretty cool. Okay, so one thing I'll point out from the wiki is that these two fellas inside of the laundrette are not killable until after this unskippable cutscene. So they are there. Like you could walk over here during the mission and before we go into this blue marker where I'm parked, and you'll see them just inside the doors, but the doors are closed and you can't access them. You can't shoot through the doors or whatever. I like how Tony calls it a triad ambush when he went in there trying to collect money that he has no right to and threatening violence with a baseball bat. The irony is lost on him. Okay, so even though at the end of this mission we unlock the Joey mission, the Tony missions, and we also had already unlocked the Burrow missions, we're gonna do the two remaining Joey missions in these next two videos before we move on to another boss. Okay, let's start looking at some of the oddities after doing that kind of vanilla playthrough. So in this next clip, so I didn't record this, but you can start this mission with a wanted level, but it turns out having a wanted level interferes with the other two times in this mission where you go into a blue marker. And so I've already gotten a wanted level on purpose here, and you can see this message, shake the cops and lose your wanted level. So I cannot progress, which is odd because, like, you know, there's lots of crimes that we do in just about every single mission, but for whatever reason, some of them you cannot do. You either can't start with a wanted level, or you can't finish with a wanted level, or you can't progress it with a wanted level. Here, I sat here waiting for the wanted level to disappear, and it seemed like it wasn't disappearing on its own. Like a one-star wanted level should go away relatively quickly, and I've decided I need to actively get rid of the wanted star with a bribe star. So I'll just drive back real quick here and you'll see that now we can progress with the mission. And then I'm going to intentionally get a wanted star between here and the end of the mission. I think I'll just shoot a couple of folks here on the right for science. And we're going to see that we get the same message, like we can't finish the mission with the wanted star, which is why like if it were consistent like across all the missions that you couldn't finish them or start them or progress them with a wanted level, then I could understand. But why specific ones? I didn't get that. So fortunately, there's a nearby wanted star, so we'll just go grab it and then end the mission officially. In this next attempt, we are going to try to abandon Tony and see if maybe there's some radius that if I get outside of that radius centered at Tony, that we fail the mission. So we just drive this cabbie way far north. And by this point, I'm pretty convinced that there's not a mission fail coming. The radii for mission fail always seem to be smaller than this. And yeah, so I'm pretty convinced there's no mission fail. So here, we're going to blow this car up with a shotgun. No fancy crap. We get the Tony's been wasted mission as opposed to the car has been wrecked mission. So it's always interesting to me which of the, kind of outcomes of the coin flip the programmers put in. This one is weird. Check this out. So the money stays the same. It should cost $1,000. But I'm also pretty sure that nothing happened to the car. We don't get the message saying new paint job or it's all fixed up. I wish there were more damage on the car, but I don't think it fixed the car at all. So like no charge, but also no work. So that was kind of a glitch. So I just took it back in, and then this time it's going to charge us the $1,000 like normal, and it'll fix the car like normal. Off video, I took the car over to my safe house garage, and it did not repair. Like it didn't repair the car at all. Here I'm going to awkwardly climb in and out over Tony. He doesn't seem to mind. I don't know. Like he could get out of my way. It's like when you're at a movie theater and you have to get out of the row and a lot of people have to kind of move out of their way. At least they like make an effort, like shifting their legs left and right. But Tony, he just stood there, just sat there, I should say, and now he just sits there in this car. Again, I'm curious which failed message we will get. Is it the car or is it Tony? And again, it's Tony on the coin flip. In this attempt, we're going to sit here when the triads come out and just see what happens. Are they going to pull me out? Are they going to pull Tony out? Or are they going to blow up the car? So let's see. I've never failed this mission before recording this video. It's supposed to be quite trivial. So there's always 4 triads involved here. So I get pulled out, Tony does not, and the car does get lit on fire. Okay, so no more fooling around. Here's my final uncut attempt at this. And while we're doing this, we'll read just a tiny bit from the wiki. So first of all, this mission unlocks the next Joey mission, Dead Skunk in the Trunk, but it also unlocks the first Tony mission, taking out the laundry. And the reward is $3,000. We've seen the fail conditions. And just one piece of trivia here. Every time the mission starts, the radio in this Sentinel automatically tunes into Double Clef FM, which is the classical radio station favored by some members of the Mafia. Okay, so while we're proceeding, I'll read a little bit more about Joey from the wiki. So we read most of the wiki, I think, in a previous Joey mission, but here I'm going to read the trivia section from the wiki, which much of this is about Joey's appearance in the GTA universe in other games besides GTA 3. Before I read that trivia, I'll point out that in this attempt, I'm going to kill the 4 triads, which is something I've never done, never killed any of them, because I play this mission for speed, and it makes no difference whether you kill these guys or not. It just takes time, but it's easy enough to do. And take a look at the money. Right now, we at last 4 digits, 5,955. And after killing the 4th one, only after killing the 4th one, 7,955. So $2,000 every time you kill all 4. You don't get 500 each. It's only 2,000 when you've killed all 4. Interesting. Okay, so reading a little bit about Joey. Joey was scheduled to appear in GTA Advance, giving 5 missions to Mike, but he was dropped during the development by Crawfish Interactive in the final version of the game. Oh, one thing, I'm going to get out of the vehicle here. Just hit the F just as the cutscene begins. I can't skip the cutscene, but Tony talks to me like I'm still in the car, which I always find humorous. And it is a minor time save because in my speed run, my next thing to do is to hop into the Tony marker, which is just up those stairs. So the rest of this video, we're going to go check out the ammunition because we're about to get a beeper message saying that we have a new weapon available to us at ammunition. The Uzi is no longer out of stock. That's pretty cool. And so we'll head in there and point out the Uzi. The revolver is now in stock. It has been in stock for a few missions. And I'll also point out, I think this is the last last message we'll ever see from the ammunition beeper, because there's only 2 weapons in this ammunition, and now they're both available to us. I'm going to scroll to them just to show you that they're going to increase, except I won't see it because I'm already above what the maximum count is that they show. I'll also take out my weapon and shoot a bullet and then get shot at by the ammunitions guy. I didn't realize he could hit me. I thought I was protected by the counter, but no, sir. So I'm just going to go refill my health and then head back to Joey's in preparation for starting the next video. Coming back to the wiki, in the final version of GTA Advance by Digital Eclipse, a Mafia goon using Joey's artwork makes a minor appearance in the mission Down the River, given by Asuka to the protagonist Mike, who needs to kidnap the Mafia's members and traffic them to Asia to be sold as slaves. Interesting. Early concept art from the Rockstar North website labeled Joey as Joey Sorbino, which may have been an early name for the Leone family instead of Joey Leone. Okay, so I think that's about it for this mission. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.